What's up, everybody? I am Mark Savvy of Savvy Geeks, here rewatching the entire MCU. Right now, we are on Captain America Civil War. What a film this was. Captain America Civil War came out in 2016, which is 8 years ago. And on a budget of $250 million, it made... Quick question, do you think it crossed the bill? Do you think it crossed $1 billion? I'll give you a second to guess. If you guess yeah, it did cross $1 billion. On a budget of $250 million, Captain America Civil War made $1.153 billion. Just unreal. Great job. It was also the end of the Captain America trilogy, which I think may go down as the greatest CBM trilogy of all time. It definitely has a case to be made. I think The Dark Knight was really good, so that can be up there. The Captain America trilogy is severely underrated. This film was unreal. One thing worth mentioning, though, is Civil War, in my opinion, was basically an Avengers movie. You got introduced to the Black Panther. You had all the Avengers literally in a movie. So, I guess it was centered around Captain America. It's called Captain America, so we'll treat it as a Captain America film. But in my head, it's basically an Avengers film. Here's my question for you, my loyal listeners. Which side were you on? Were you on the side of Iron Man, whose thought process, whose belief throughout the whole film was, we need to be put in check, we need some kind of regulation? Or were you on the side of Captain America, where he's like, I cannot sign the Accords. It's wrong. I don't believe this. I think the safest hands are still our own. And that's what he said. That's literally what he said. Another line in the movie, he said, what if the UN, because the UN would basically be running the Avengers. What if the UN told us to go one place, but we needed to go somewhere else and we couldn't? I don't know. For me, I'm on the side of Captain America. I don't agree with Iron Man, and I just want to know in the comments, let me know which side you are on. Are you Iron Man? Are you Captain America? Would you have signed the Sokovian Accords? That's the big question. Let's get into it, all right, folks? Civil War had everything. It had action, it had stakes, and it had one thing that really only one other film in the entire MCU had that I can think of off the top of my head. They lost. That's what it had. The only other movie that I can think of right now where they lost was Infinity War. So in Civil War, they're fighting over, should I sign, should I not sign? And at the same time, like the UN, the government, the whole world is hunting the Winter Soldier. And Captain America's like, nah, dude, he's my bro. I have to have his back. And he's right. That guy was his friend for a very long time. And the Winter Soldier was brainwashed by Hydra, so everything he did, it wasn't him. He wasn't in control. So that's why Steve was trying to have his back. It's not like it was a friend of his that turned to the dark side. He wasn't going all Darth Vader. He had no control over what happened. So you had one side, which was the Scarlet Witch. You had Hawkeye come out of retirement. He brought Ant-Man, which was cool. Ant-Man came. You had the Falcon, that's the Captain America side. Then on the other side, you had Vision. You had the Black Panther, who was introduced in film. And we had the first appearance of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Yeah, that's right. Peter Parker made his first appearance in the MCU in Civil War. It's just so sick. It was unreal. I love Spider-Man. I really do. He means so much to me. My dogs are named after Spider-Man. I have Miles as one dog and Parker as the other dog. So yeah, I was hyped when he made his appearance in Civil War. He wasn't really important to the plot. Like, he wasn't integral to what was going on. I would say of the characters introduced, Black Panther was very, very important. He drove a lot of the plot. He was hunting the Winter Soldier because he thought the Winter Soldier killed his dad. That's why he was on Iron Man's side. So yeah, this whole film, you have Baron Zemo, who's so good in Falcon the Winter Soldier, by the way. You have this guy as the main villain, and you kind of don't really know what his deal is. Why does he hate the Avengers? You don't know. Till you get towards the end, you find out that his family died, and he's just out there to just cause chaos. But here's this twist. You think that he is trying to find the location of the other Winter Soldiers in order to basically topple governments and do all this crazy stuff. That's what you think. That's what Captain America believes, and that's why he's fighting Tony and trying to get to Zemo and stop him. But what you end up finding out, and this is the real big twist, is let me paint the picture actually. So Captain America and Bucky go to this place. It's just like, I don't know, it's a Hydra base or whatever it was. And Iron Man's like, oh shit, he was right. I gotta go help him. So he goes to help him. They end up, mending fences. They're on the same side again. They go to stop Zemo from waking these Winter Soldiers. But are you ready for the twist? This is what happens. They find out that Zemo killed all the Winter Soldiers. He popped a cap in their ASS. They're dead. He says, you really think I want to motive you? And then that's when it's revealed what his main goal is to break up the Avengers. Yeah, that's it. You ready? Isn't that crazy? So now we're wondering, how's he going to do it? This is how he does it. He plays a video of the Winter Soldier killing Tony's parents. And then Tony just snaps. He just goes right after the Winter Soldier. It's just an all-out battle between the Winter Soldier and Captain America. They're fighting each other. Oh, by the way, while all this happened, all the other Avengers that were on Captain America's side, they're now in jail because when they were fighting at this big hangar where Spider-Man was introduced, for example, they ended up staying behind so Captain America and Bucky can get away. Bucky the Winter Soldier. So they get away. Everyone else is in prison. Captain America and Iron Man are duking it out. And while they're in this big epic fight at the end of the film, there's one thing that Tony says that just always resonated. It was such a sick line. Robert Downey Jr. just crushes it in his dramatic scenes. Captain America's like, Tony, it wasn't him. Then Tony says back, just cold face. You could tell he's broken and he just needs to smash something. Tony says, I don't care. He killed my mom. And then they just keep fighting and fighting. Towards the end, it just gets to this crescendo where Iron Man just puts the shield in Captain America. At the end, it gets to this crescendo where Captain America puts the shield in Iron Man's heart and he just stops, like he runs out of power. He pulls the shield out and they start to walk away. Then Iron Man says, that shield doesn't belong to you. My father made that shield. And then Captain America drops the shield and he dips because he's got to go and save everybody from the prison. That's where we end off. Zemo has done what Ultron couldn't do, what all the villains up until this point could not do. He has broken up the Avengers. He won. Zemo's endgame was to break up the Avengers, and he succeeded. So everybody that was in the prison that Captain America saves is now on the run. Crazy. Ugh. Okay, now let's talk rankings. This is going to be a short one because we have a new number one. A new movie is sitting on the Iron Throne of the MCU. Captain America Civil War takes the number one spot in our rankings. Sorry, Winter Soldier, you've been displaced with Civil War. What a great film. It's a great film to kick off what I think will be the best phase in Marvel. So let me go through all the films that are going to be in phase 3. Civil War, which kicked it off. Then next week, we're going to watch Doctor Strange. Then you have Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man 1, Thor Ragnarok, the first Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel are kind of okay. Then Endgame and the second Spider-Man film. What an epic lineup of films for this phase 3, which takes place between 2016 and 2019. It's 3 years. Unreal. We're about to start covering the best of the best Marvel has to offer. It started with Civil War, and then next week, we're going to continue on to Doctor Strange. I'm Mark Savvy of Savvy Geeks, signing off.